over this worksheet that we've been doing for a couple of days. I'm actually not going to do the graphing. You should be able to do that 20%, 10,000. For as I say that, I'm sitting here doing it. 4%, 50,000, and then 2%. You should come over here and you should have a downward. The graphing should be easy. We can work on that. It's more the what type of taxes and whys. So I'm still not going to even cover that. So this says, is the state gasoline tax regressive, progressive, or proportional? And we talked about this in class, but I want you to ask yourself, you and I are standing beside each other and we just pumped the same amount of gas. Which one of that is going to affect us? Which one of us is that tax going to have a greater impact on, you or me? So if we're both paying $5 for this tax, I make more than you do, so it's going to be a higher percentage of your income. So the answer to this question is it is regressive because low-income people are going to pay a higher percentage of their income towards this particular tax. Number 2, excise tax, same thing. Gas has not only state sales tax on it, but also has an additional excise tax. We talked about an excise tax being a sin tax, and we put them on those items that we don't want people to consume, and that's actually the next question. So if you and I, once again, pump the same exact amount of gas, pay the same dollar amount in that excise tax, you are going to take a bigger hit of your own, total income than what I do. So the excise tax is regressive because when people of different incomes pay the same excise tax on whether it's gasoline or tobacco or cigarettes, those people with the lower income are going to pay a higher percentage of their income towards that tax. So sales tax, excise tax, property taxes, if you and I bought the same exact property, you're going to pay a higher percentage. So unless it is specifically designed to be a progressive tax or a proportional tax, taxes are going to be regressive because low-income people pay a higher percentage of their incomes than high incomes. Do you think the high excise tax on items such as tobacco or alcohol should be used to discourage people from consuming those items? When you answer this question, whether it's yes or no, I want you to explain why that is to me. We've been talking about Social Security for a long time, and this says that 6.2% of the first $117,000 earned in wages and salaries is going to go towards that tax. So between 0 and $117,000, everyone pays the same exact percentage. So that would be proportional because it's the same for everyone up to that $117,000. Number 2, if you make more than $117,000, the way you do that on the math portion is calculate 6.2 times $117,000. That will give you the tax. Then the only thing you have to do is for every income level over $117,000, you just put that on the bottom. And so as you continue to go up in salaries or in your income, the amount that they're going to take out is going to get less and less and less because that top number is not going to change. So someone who's making $125,000, they're going to be paying less than that 6.2%, but somebody who makes $10 million is going to be paying a very, very, very small percentage. So after that cap, it becomes regressive because we quit taking it out of people's checks. And the more you make, the lower that percentage gets. For people with income from interest and dividend payments, is it regressive, progressive, or proportional? So think about this. We are all paying 6.2%. Those wealthy people, and that's who typically make their money off of interest and dividend payments. These are people who have investments, who have money in the stocks and bond market. They are getting paid dividends. They don't have to pay any Social Security. So if we're paying 6.2%, you're paying it, I'm paying it, and they're paying 0, it has to be regressive because those who have more money or who are earning more money are paying a smaller percentage of their income towards that tax. And then the next one is also answer the question and explain it, and as long as you have a good explanation, you're okay. This right here, taxes can have different effects on different income groups. In the United States, we take a mixture of regressive and progressive. So if you take your first two charts, where your regressive tax line is going down, your progressive is going up, the goal is to make the overall tax system to where everyone's basically paying it close to the same percentage overall. It's not going to be perfect for everyone. Unequal should be taxed unequally, and that's that idea that we talked about in terms of vertical equity. We have decided that it's okay to tax wealthy people a higher percentage than we do low-income people. So then in the United States, taxpayers over a wide range of income levels end up paying roughly the same percentage, and those three questions kind of all go together. We tax people unequally, that this idea of vertical equity and this idea that eventually by doing all of these, because we have so many regressive taxes, that eventually it will all equal out. So unequal should be taxed equally. We've already said that is false. Unequal should be taxed unequally. Although no single tax in the United States is proportional, the combination of different taxes creates this proportional system. That's number 2 at the top, so that is true. Social Security tax is progressive. We've already looked at that, and we know over the up to the cap it is proportional, and then after that it's regressive, so that has to be false. Most excise taxes and user fees are somewhat regressive. That goes back to one of the first questions where I said if you and I bought gas, which has an excise tax attached to it, we are going to pay different percentages of our income. You're going to pay a higher percentage than I do, so that is regressive. And then in the United States, we do have a progressive income tax system. We have the tax brackets. Unequals are taxed unequally.